What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport. I'm out here at LKQ and we're going to be picking up parts for our C32 AMG. I found quite a few cars, but this one seems to have the most stuff. Ironically, I was up here earlier just to see what they had, and the bumper to this car was already taken off and laying here, so I purchased that. We're going to take the hood. We need the brace bar. We actually need some of the AC components that I'm probably going to come back for because we could get some rain in a little bit and I don't want to spend too much time. Take the fenders, and then we're going to do some interior pieces too. I might eventually end up taking one of these doors because I think I've got a little rust on the lower part on this back door here. I think I've got rust. I got to go back and double check along this one here. All right, well, let's get started. I'll show you guys all the stuff I picked, and there's a couple other cars I might end up going over to. Guys, I honestly cannot believe all the things that I'm able to pull off in such a quick time. It took me maybe 25 minutes to get the hood, the fenders. I'm working on this front brace bar. Ironically, I need the condenser for the AC. All of the lines look like they're here and nothing in the front's been damaged. So this is like the perfect car, perfect color. I didn't realize it's a sport edition, and when I open the doors I see the same exact trim that's in the C32, which I had no clue. I thought that was a special type of trim in the C32 because these are actually metal, not plastic. I'm gonna be able to take all of this because mine have been drilled into, they're cracked. My speaker thing up here is cracked. I can grab the radio. I'm definitely gonna have to come back in this seat. This seat's not in good condition, but this back seat, I don't know if I can use it because mine's a split seat, but it is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. And there's gonna be all these trim pieces I can take. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna try to do everything I can today. I need to get the pillar pieces here too, these black pieces. And I think any of these visors with any of these cars are good. That one looks really good right there. I got a lot I can pull here, and it's going very quick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all this off because there's a lot of hoses. I might need to come back with special tools. But I really hope I can get all this and nobody takes it. But I just want to fill you guys in. All of the fenders came off. You had to take off the bolts along here, and then you had to pull this panel back. There's some more here, one inside the door. That pulls off, and then you can take your hood struts off. So it was very easy to get all of that off. You would have had to take the fenders off anyways to get to the hood. So just wanted to fill you guys in. I'm very excited. I think it's all going to work out really well for the car. Well, guys, I just got back from another trip to LKQ, and I've got a ton of stuff. AC components, not sure if I'm going to be able to utilize these. I've got a lot of interior pieces because there's just a ton of things broken, and I really want to try to put this back together and make it look really nice. I've got the door panels, both of them, so we'll be able to pull parts off of there. Sway bar here, and I've got new sway bar links to go on it. I've tried a couple radios. I ended up taking back one because the volume didn't work, so hopefully this one will work even though the knob's not perfect. Just want to have some sort of radio in there just to fill the gap. And that's the bottom piece right here for the seat. Now, the first trip that I did that I was out at LKQ filming, I got a lot of stuff. I mean, I got the front brace bar, we got the washer squirter and everything, motor and all that stuff for that, some trim pieces, both front fenders, front hood, so that's really cool, and the front bumper. We did a lot, so I got a lot done, and it's actually pretty easy to change out all that stuff, but I want to start on the inside. So what I want to do is start cleaning up my dash. I'm going to get this radio in. I'm probably not going to record a lot of that, but I'll show you guys how everything looks once it's all in, and kind of filling you in on how to do them in case you're trying to do some of this stuff at home. I figured out a lot of this stuff because I broke some on other vehicles. There was 3 or 4 of these out there that had similar pieces I needed. So I kind of played around with them. If I broke a piece, I moved on to the next one and learned exactly how it came off. Some of them's not that easy. Of course, you can watch videos like I watched for the door panels, but I'll show you guys how those come off and go on and everything. So let me get set up. I'm going to go ahead and start putting the radio in and all the other stuff. Well, I spent a little time getting everything in here. Unfortunately, the radio's still not working, but I think it's an amp issue. There are a couple wires that are cut. I'm not 100% sure what they do, but got all these trim pieces in here. This is opened up, but I think they had that cup holder back at the LKQ, so I might snag that. This is not the correct piece here. I wish I would have grabbed the right one, but I got that in there, and that was from a different year, and I could not get this cover to work on the other component. I'll still play around with that, but I really just want to clean it all up. I did get this AC vent cover here. Nothing is screwed in, keep in mind. And I got this AC vent here, and I broke this little tab doing it, but I kept the insert here from the one that I took out, because the one that was in here was all smashed along here. got the cover back on here. I'll show you guys maybe a screenshot from the last video so you can kind of get an idea of how terrible this whole center console was. It was all tore up. And now we move on to our front door panels. So this is a pretty easy thing to take off. It can be intimidating because they're kind of hidden, your screws. So the first one is going to be up and underneath this SRS. I'll pry that open, and it's going to be a star head or Torx bit, sorry, that's under there. And then you've got to pop this handle off here. Let me see if I can do that with one hand. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm probably going to need two hands. But what you need to do is, there is a little notch somewhere. This one's all tore up. I'm not sure exactly where the notch is, but I got it on the other one. And what you do is you pop this open, and there's another Torx bit underneath here and right here that you'll need to get, and then it's just popping everything off and pulling it up and over. So let's go ahead. Oh, there's one more, sorry, Torx right here to take this plastic piece off that you need to get off, and then you can kind of pull everything off. And I'm just going to swap everything over because there's a lot of broken pieces on this. The other door panel looks way better, and it's just going to be an easy swap. I think you can remove this handle, but most other things are riveted in there and a little more difficult to get out. But let me go ahead and get that so we can get rid of some of these screws holes too here, which he did. But let me go ahead and grab that door panel. I'll pop this one off and see what we can do. Let's go to the other side too, because I want to get that one. It's an identical way of taking it off. I don't need to show you guys on this one, but you can see here the speaker cover here, this handle's perfect. So I'll unscrew that one and put that on our other piece. You can see here, I don't know what he was thinking. He tried to screw this on. I'm just going to replace this whole one as well, even though some of the components are really nice. If I need to, I'll swap some of them over. Other than that, I'm just going to keep moving. So this is that plastic piece. The other side, let me show you that before I get going. The other side is all smashed up. And what you need to do is, on the front side of this seatbelt clip here, there is a Torx bit that you can get. Just slide this over. I think that actually this cover piece comes off here, and then you can get to that, and this whole thing will slide back. The seatbelt will come up. You can put the new one in and just reverse that. I went ahead and pulled the car out so I can get started on the cleaning. And the first thing I like to do is pull out all the trash, all the garbage, and then vacuum the car. And I'm going to show you guys what we're going to use to clean down almost every part of this car. Stepping on over here where we're working on a couple things as well. I've been wanting to use this for a long time, and I've already went ahead and tested it on all the panels that we picked up from LKQ. I tested on a leather piece, and I tested it on this part here. I actually cleaned this down before putting this on here. So cool thing is I got the ashtray to fit in really nicely. It actually ended up being a nice fit. I just had to grind down some of this panel since it's not the exact ashtray for that piece, but I got the piece now epoxied on there, so that's going to look really nice. We've got our center air vent here. I know it's not the exact one for this car, but it fits in there and makes it look a lot nicer, but I need to paint it black because it was gray. So I've got that going on over here, and we're just going to get cleaning. So I'm going to set it up, kind of speed through a lot of this. I'll pull everything out first. We'll vacuum it. We'll use that super clean. I'll probably grab the super clean concentrate to get the carpets kind of wet down and cleaned up. Maybe we'll use it on the seat belts as well. I'll just kind of fill you guys in as we go. Okay, so I like to focus on one area of the car first. So we're starting in the front, we'll move to the back, and then we'll move to that trunk, as you guys saw was really disgusting as well. So I went ahead and cleaned out everything I could, did a really good vacuum, but you can see there's still a lot of stains and nasty stuff in this carpet. So that's what we're gonna tackle first. Use super clean foaming, scrub brush, and some towels, and just try to get this as clean as possible. And then we'll move on to detailing all of the door panels, dash, all inside here, because this is still disgusting. To get this top cleaned down, and we're just gonna use the super clean this aerosol spray on the leather. Don't recommend doing that personally, but our leather's not in the greatest condition. We're gonna try to revive it, but I've already tested it with that foaming and it did not do any damage, so we're gonna stick with that. Let me go ahead and get set up. I'll show you guys the process and how it comes out.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes
Okay, I wanted to show you guys the floors before I throw the seat back in, which I've got a big surprise coming for that. But check it out, just using the super clean, some water and a scrub brush, and then using the shop vac to vacuum it up. Night and day difference. I mean, we had massive stains over here, all along here, and it just got it all up. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. Probably one more run of this and it would look absolutely perfect. Alright guys, I cannot wait to show you the amazing transformation of just cleaning out this interior and fixing up some of the pieces. But let's first talk about what we use, what worked best, and what maybe not to do. So just got done doing the seats, and I love using this coconut milk to not only clean it, but it does actually soften up the material. What you want to do is put a good amount on it, rub it in with a towel or a light brush, and use a little bit of water, maybe a damp towel, and then just spread it around. You can let it dry on there. It will help soften up the leather as well. And then I went ahead, and you can use any type of cleaner detailer for leather. I really like this Meguiar's, and I just sprayed this on and wiped it off, and I put it on everything, the panels, the dash, you name it. It went on all of the plastic and leather inside. Now, moving on to what worked most of the magic here, and that's the super clean. Now, you do not want to use this stuff on the leather. I know I had mentioned I might do it, and I got a surprise for you, and the reason why is I did not plan on keeping these seats long term, and I just wanted to get them cleaned up for you guys. but this aerosol spray here worked wonders on the headliner. Just a word of caution, if you put it on, wipe it off pretty quickly, because I did notice it would absorb into the headliner and maybe eat the glue off a little bit. Mine was already hanging, so I wasn't too concerned, but make sure you pay attention to that. And then the foaming, oh man, did this stuff work wonders on the carpet, as you guys saw as we were going along. Now, let's go ahead and jump in the car, and I've got a surprise for you guys. So, fortunately, I found a set of seats on eBay that happened to be listed locally. I'm gonna put in the description where I picked these up because they have an enormous selection of AMG stuff. I couldn't believe it. They were only a few miles away from me. I don't want to mess their name up, so I'll put it on the screen now. But man, take a look at these seats that I got. And I only paid $300 for this set. Look at this driver's seat. It is unbelievable. Now take a look at this transformation. I do have floor mats. They are not the stock ones, so I didn't throw them in there. Obviously, we've got to get this painted. I did strip it down. Take a look at the carpet down there. I'll come around the other side. The headliner, the sun visor. Now, one thing I am going to be fixing very soon is our sunroof cover there. And you can see the headliner is hanging. I did the best I could to get it all cleaned down. I just didn't want to mess anything up. You can see the new panels we put on here, how clean this got. So you can definitely use the super clean on this type of material here, but try to stay away from heavily using it on here. Although I did, because I tested it out. Some leathers are softer than others. That seemed to be able to hold up to it, but always test it out. Replace a lot of this plastic. I mean, this car was destroyed. Take a look at how good these seats came out just by using that coconut milk shampoo and that Meguiar's detailer. Still got to get the ashtray cover back here, but overall, I couldn't be happier. I never expected this car to look this nice, and I got to tell you, it wasn't much money. It was mostly time, elbow grease, and just determination to make this thing as nice as I could. And my God, it smells so much better. So I used to be a huge fan of Simple Green. I'm not going to say that it's not a good product, but it has a specific smell that some people like, some people don't. It didn't bother me. It did bother my wife. The Super Clean does not have that aroma. Super Clean has more of a clean smell. And it does not linger. So like right now, I don't smell the Super Clean. Like if I would have used the Simple Green, I'd probably be smelling it like crazy. I'm actually smelling the Meguiar's leather detailer over everything right now. So let me know what you guys think, if you expected this type of transformation. And we'll go over the total cost spent. I'm going to be doing the exterior. This is part one, interior. We'll do the exterior, and then we'll go over what the total cost was to do all of this. What I paid for the car, and then everything that was needed to get it to this level. So that's gonna about do it, guys. Once again, my name's Pete. This is Pete's Carport. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.